and now it's a beautiful January day, 7th of January. Nice to be back and show you the winter beauty of Lapland, Finland, and also some open water here at the river Raudanjoki. And I think these guys are doing some crazy stuff on the bridge, just bouncing. I hope it will keep on standing. Bounce on the bridge. So the river here is stays open despite the very cold temperatures, as there is some nice stream going all the time, and we have this amazing snowy kind of islands formed. Beautiful winter. So I'm gonna go cross the bridge and go on adventures with my friend Lorenzo over there on the bridge. So again, this is Alex Mull about Lapland, and it's finally a great day to explore, and about minus 11 degrees centigrade, so perfect weather to be out. Well, lately my phone has not been liking the cold weather, so if the stream will stop, then there's nothing I can do about it. The phone will die and restart, although it's the newest phone, but I'm just telling you in advance, so if it breaks, then the phone is dead. Although it shouldn't, it's only minus 11. So we're going to go deeper into the Arctic Circle hiking area. And you can access the Arctic Circle hiking area by going to the other side with this bridge. And here's my friend Lorenzo. Mio amico Lorenzo, come stai? How's it going?
Good.
I'm great. You have a bird in the air.
Yes.
Show me the view.
Yeah.
Nice. So I'm gonna start going slowly. You can catch up. I think you'll find me quite soon. So I'm gonna cross to the other side, go deeper into the forest, and enjoy some views in the process. So there is a beautiful river Raudanjoki that's still, this is Lorenzo's drone over there. So it stays open despite minus 30, minus 40 degrees because of the current. And it's quite a beautiful views with all these snowy, icy islands. And the view on the other side, it's equally great. So nice views. No sunlight today because there is one nasty cloud there on the horizon. But well, it won't bother us for this trip. So we'll just go and enjoy some forest views. So there is a hill over there, about half an hour, 45-minute walk, and this is where I'm going, to the top of the hill, to see some views. And let's see how long this live stream will last. And I'm gonna take this walk together into the beautiful snowy forest on this trail. Light Art says just 1 week and I traveled Rovaniemi. Welcome to Lapland. I hope you'll enjoy. So here we have some wonderful snowy forest, and actually you can see some directions. So we are going to go to that hill, Vaatonkivaara 1.6k, but you can also go to the other end of this hiking area, Vaatonkikangas, which also has this kind of suspended bridge. We have two of them which look alike, and usually I am at the one which is more southern, but now we are approaching from the north. Well, we're not gonna approach the other bridge. Yes, this is the map actually, so quite easy to understand. So we are here right now, crossed the river, and this is the hill where where I plan to go, and you can go all the way to the other bridge, which is here on this beautiful island, and I've taken you to this island quite a lot of times. So for this reason, we're not going to go there today, because although it's a nice place, I've live streamed from there. Actually, my last live stream was made in that area, and instead of doing this phone live, I used many cameras and a drone at the same time, so a little bit different kind of exploration. And there was also sound of the water over there, so it's almost 2 hour long live stream, a little bit different approach. So you can go and watch that live stream, the last live stream on this channel. So I've already received many comments from the people, or some comments at least, saying, where are you, Alex, everything is okay, as there hasn't been live streams on the channel for quite a long time, and I apologize for that. Life has been busy, and Christmas is always a busy time. Also, I've been doing lots of aurora hunting these nights. On one of the nights I was ready to go live with you guys, but that night the aurora did not come as planned, and it became cloudy, so that didn't happen. Of course, there are many things behind the scenes that you cannot see, and while everything was ready, the cameras were set for Northern Lights live. The Northern Lights did not come as planned. So sometimes, or quite often, it's also like that something cannot happen. Generally, Northern Lights have been quite good this winter. From the 1st until the 3rd January, we had 3 nights in a row of beautiful Northern Lights, and those were quite tough to get. So it was very, very cloudy in most of the places, but I barely got there in time for the clear skies, and almost every time, as soon as I got to clear sky, the sky explodes. So been filming the Northern Lights just in camera, no time to set up any live things. Sometimes it's like that. And now the days are incredibly short here in Lapland. It's 1 p.m. so sunset will be at 2 something p.m. We have just 2 hours of daylight left. It gets dark quite soon. Although, if you compare to Christmas time, which was 2 weeks ago, you can feel there is a little bit more daylight now than it used to be 2 weeks ago. Just a little bit, like, I don't know, 15-20 minutes more in the start of the day, and same thing at the end, and it gets a little brighter. Although when it's cloudy, it still looks quite dark, so the light is very gentle here. But all of this snow that we have around helps tremendously to create still a nice bright environment. Even at night time with no moon, there is still enough light. I'm not sure how it happens. Maybe it's because the city lights still, or village lights here and there, they reflect in the snow. But it's amazing that even at night time it's quite bright enough to see some stuff, especially when the moon will come, and the next full moon will be in 2 weeks, something like that, plus or minus. And when you have full moon at night time, you don't need a headlamp because it's like illuminated. It's almost like daylight when you have moonlight at night. And now we are going deeper into the forest, and the views are already quite more nice. So we have this beautiful candle-like trees with the snow. So I think it's been a little windy in this area, so it's not really 100% intact in terms of the snow cover on the trees, but it's still quite nice. Quite a lot of snow, and this winter has been quite cold and amazing so far, so no complaints about that. Really not many warm days. One day it was -1, and maybe next week there'll be one day with -1 degree centigrade. And temperature has been between -10 and -25 most of these days, closer to -25, around -20, and on many nights it's been at least -25, some places -30, so a real proper winter. And once in a while it has snowed, so here you have lots of snow in the forest, and the sound is nice underneath. Sound of snow, some open water. So nice and quiet here. Quite enjoy this walks in the forest. Beautiful path in the snowy forest, surrounded by this nice trees, all full of snow, and the path is actually in a very good condition. I see that many people have gone this route, so the path is very, very tough. You don't need snowshoes to walk on it. You can walk with normal shoes quite easily. Of course, if we would do something like this. Well, you can still move without the snowshoes. It's still okay. For some short distances, it's okay. Here in the middle of the path, it's nice and firm. Okay, looks like some people did go into the forest with the snowshoes, and this way as well. So now it's like a ready track for somebody else as well if they want to go. Well, I do have snowshoes, but I don't really like to use them so much. It's such a pain to put them on and off. So I only use them when it's only necessary, like going somewhere in the deep snow and it's uphill. That's when the snowshoes are the best for me, but otherwise I rarely use the snowshoes. I also have snow skis, which are much better than snowshoes to go long distances in the snow. And with the snow skis, they are quite wide, so I can go anywhere I like with the snow skis, except direct uphill. Snow skis are not good for that, so that's when I would use some snowshoes. Different ways to move around. And here in southern Lapland, it's quite a lot of snow, but guess what? There is even much more snow up north, like already over half a meter at certain places. So not a good idea to just go barefoot, so to speak, in the forest without snowshoes or snow skis. Quite a nice pile of snow here. Just beautiful nature and quietness. So the track goes a little bit uphill onto that hill, yeah, where we are going to enjoy some view. So nice to be here. The air is so fresh. It like tastes like yummy. I cannot explain it to you. Even compared to the city, where the air is still nice, here the air tastes like yummy. It's like fresh, pure. Like almost it has some kind of, food or energy in it. I don't know. I'm going a little bit metaphysical, but where are you? Well, I'm in the Arctic Circle hiking area, and I showed you where I am on the map when we were starting the trip, where exactly I am. So Arctic Circle area. It's about 15 kilometers north from the Arctic Circle, and you can enter the area from two sides, from the north and from the south. And usually I go from the south, and that's where I've done many lives, including the last live on this channel. But now I decided to go from the north side, which I haven't been this winter. So you can see some different views on this channel. And now it goes quite a bit uphill. So somebody told Happy New Year. Who was that? Let me check. Carlo. Happy New Year from Belgium. Happy New Year to you too. And Gatis, hello from Latvia. Hello to you as well. So I try not to walk too fast so you can follow the scenes around you, and also so I'm not out of my breath to explain to you. Now I'm gonna switch back because this avenue in the forest looks quite nice. It's like a narrow path in the woods, and there is this amazing tree which is well, it's not entirely dead, but it's nearly dead, with these big bulges. Must be quite an old tree. Some frozen bark on it. It's a birch tree, obviously quite an old one, and it has already seen the prime of its life. So that's how life is. So we're gonna continue our way, and it gets more beautiful and more snowy when we get up. What is the yellow knot on the trees? I think somebody went and marked this path so people do not get lost. Well, I know this path very well. I don't need the knot, but I think for some tourists, for example, or people who don't know where they are, it's an easy way to navigate. Now when it's daytime, it's very easy to see the path, but when it's nighttime and possibly snowing, then I assume it could be easier to get lost. So I haven't seen these marks before, but this year somebody put them on, so it's easier for other people to navigate. Sometimes when it really snows, visibility can be quite low, and in darkness you can get disoriented quite easily. So I think it helps a lot in this kind of conditions. And also there is some other kind of marking, which is these pillars with the red tip, but they're already halfway under the snow, so people might not see them soon anymore if they get snowed up, especially in the darkness. Oh, and here is a small snow giant. It's like bending his head down and his arms on his body. Quite interesting. So a small pine carrying such a big snow. And wow, look at that. Now we've gone halfway uphill and it's much more snowy here. Also quite beautiful. Look at that, a little snowed up tree. Almost bent down. Interesting. Gonna take a picture of that. Okay. And some wonderful skies today. Unfortunately, no sunlight in this area because there is a cloud directly covering the horizon where the sun is, but otherwise it's quite clear. Hello, snowy tree. It's like some kind of alien. So here there's been much less windy in the depth of the forest, so you can have much more snow on the trees, which is nice. So, first time for me visiting this place in a long while, probably in over a year. Haven't been here for a long time, so decided to go. So I really hope there would be some sunny views, but today it's not possible in this area. But it's still nice to be around in the snowy forest. So I think we are at least halfway towards the hill, and again I try to maintain a slow enough pace so you can follow the stream. How many centimeters of snow are there? Well, let's just check. Well, it's not even full step down, so I suppose it's at least 35-40 centimeters of snow here, something like that. And if you go 300 kilometers more north, it will be a double amount of that, and at some places even triple amount of that. So quite a normal amount of snow for this time of the year for this area. Usually you get maximum snow cover by March, so which is around 1 meter at least. I cannot stop imagining that these are some kind of, shapes of some kind of creatures. Looks like some kind of, snow robot or whatever you want to call it. Funny looking thing. So in March the snow cover is maximum around 1 meter, and from there it starts to shrink a little bit, eventually by melting and also by being compressed. And now the snow is nice and fluffy everywhere, like a powder. And at some point the snow will become like a crust. So now everywhere snow is like this, like a powder, and will stay like that probably until mid-March, depending on the place. And from there it will toughen up and produce a crust, which happens when there is so much sunlight at daytime. It melts a little bit, and then cold weather at night time just seals it in place. But I like this time much more when the snow is nice and fluffy, and you have these beautiful creatures everywhere. So I think this looks like an eye and second eye. It's like a snow dinosaur or something like that. Or snow elephant. I'm not sure what to think of it. So still deserves to be on a photo. Okay. Meeting with the locals as well on this tour. Yeah. Mythical creatures. And so much snow everywhere on the trees. I like that. So, climbing even more higher on the hill. Looks like we are about 2/3 in, maybe something like 600-700 meters left until we reach the beautiful viewpoint where we can see some of the horizon as well. And I love these tall pine trees, and this area is nice that there hasn't been so much active forestry, and it's been dedicated to hiking and enjoying nature, so the forest regenerates naturally here. If the tree is old, it just falls on the ground and makes way for the new ones, and it's not being cut. Usually this kind of pine trees are very sought after material. These trees are quite old, 150 years old, I think, maybe even 200. So they look quite tall, and this is what I'm talking about. If the tree gets old, it just falls down like this one did, to make space for the new ones. So quite amazing. So I think my friend Lorenzo starts gaining. Yeah, there he is. So I was actually going all by myself, and I was just on the phone with Lorenzo, and I told him that I'm gonna go outside somewhere to film, and he was eager to join, so I picked him up. He gathered his stuff in like 5 minutes and we went together. Did you get some nice stuff?
Yeah, something.
Nice. So we are not so far away from the viewpoint, and so far so good with our live stream. Not so cold, so the phone is behaving nicely. When it's too cold, the phone just resets itself, restarts, and everything you were doing just get lost. But I'm hopeful we can finish until the end with this live stream. So here it starts to look like a real forest already. And some fallen trees, and it looks like there's been several trees which fell one on top of each other, probably because of the winds or something. So quite a nice snow cover here, and walking uphill it doesn't really feel cold anymore. It was a little cold in the beginning. It was about -11, -12. And also when you go uphill, the weather is generally a little warmer because cold air likes to stay in lower places, and this is a place a little higher. So it feels quite nice and warm to be walking, doing some physical exercise. And it's really, really quiet here. Not many signs of wildlife. Haven't seen reindeer in a while, for a long time. I saw one on the 3rd of January, but now they are probably somewhere deep in the forest looking for food. And here we have a few bent trees that have bent under the snow load. Where's your hat?
It's too hot.
It's too hot. Yeah, I can agree, but I'm keeping my hat on so far. So we are approaching the higher parts of the hill with the view. There is a nice tower that you can climb to explore the views, and that's the idea or the goal for today. And quite tall and beautiful trees on the way. So we'll just continue, try to finish it up. Our trip uphill. All these snowy trees, it's just an inspiring view. Always like that about the winter. So even if I've been living all my life here in the north, it never ceased to amaze me, the winter fairy tale. There is certainly some kind of poetry about it when just looking at this snowed up views. The trees are shaking ever so slightly with a little bit of wind. Otherwise it's very quiet, very nice weather, very typical winter weather in terms of snow and temperature. So I think I already see a little bit between the trees. Some view. Have to do a little more work, have to get higher to be rewarded with the view. And wow, here the trees are intact with snow. At the bottom there are open areas where the snow has left a little bit, but here deep in the forest they're all intact, just snowed up. Awesome views. Just endless forest, all covered with snow. And here somebody lost their gloves, so I don't think they'll be used anytime soon. Have to unfreeze them first. Yeah. This is why winter is definitely the best time of the year for me. Such awesome views everywhere. Magical. Whew. It's indeed a little hot to climb up. Oh, look at that. The tree here is bent, that it creates a loop like that. And over there. Nice. So the birches are being bent in half by the snow. And some beautiful pine tree here on the top. Massive pine tree, very thick, so probably might be even 250 years old trees here on the top, as they would not generally cut trees so high up, as it's not very easy to transport. So that's why it's so cool to go to such quote-unquote wild places without forestry industry messing up with the views. Nothing wrong with forestry industry though. I'm just talking from the perspective of hiking and filming. Oh wow, what happened to this tree? It looks like it's been like cut in half, and now it's just all covered with snow. Interesting shapes. And wow, look at this pine. It's I'm not sure if it's bent because of so much snow, but it doesn't go straight anymore. It's just like a falling tower, falling Pisa tower. Usually when you go up on the hills, the pine trees become a little lower and they become more like kind of, wide. So they don't grow so much to become tall. They become like wide, a little bit like this one. It has very powerful branches going here and there. And this is because of the winds. So strong winds on top, they kind of tend to break this thin trees quite more easily than this kind of, not so tall, but, wide and well set trees. And finally, looks like we are approaching the edge of the hill and the observation tower. You should be able to see it right now. So came all the way for this view here. Well, not to forget the views in the forest, which are quite nice as well, but let's just check out the tower and the view from there. So reach the top of hill Vaatunkivaara. Quite a nice place, not very far from the city. Wow. And the trees are so awesome here. Oh wow. And there's much more light here in the open. Again, unfortunately, there is this clouds which are covering the best part of the horizon, the southern part where the sun is, but no can do tonight. Maybe some other day it will be better. Still, it's nice and clear. I'm quite happy about going out today. There's been also quite many cloudy days where you would not be able to have such beautiful light. So the Arctic light here, it's some of the most amazing parts about the winter when the sun is so low on the horizon, it starts setting. First you get this pink color, which is usually at the back, at the other side. Well, a little bit like this, but the sun is not set yet, so it hasn't reached its full pinkness. And then something like half an hour or 1 hour after the sunset, the whole view gets this kind of blue light, very gentle and very beautiful blue light that reflects well in the snow, kind of like very typical Finnish flag colors, blue and white. So this is the view that I was aiming for today, but there is a little higher place, higher terrace that we can reach. The steps are not very comfortable here because they are so full of snow. And I also have this thing with me, but going up slowly. Oh, there we go. Wow, look at that. This is the pink or purple color I've been telling you about. We're looking at the north right now, so the opposite of where the sun is. And a little windy here on top of the hill. Oh wow, this is so awesome. Such a nice view. Here we have a new moon over there, already up. Snowy trees, and wow, this is the view, guys, that I came for. Quite nice and lovely. So nice and snowed up. And you can see the difference between the areas which are more lower, where it has been a little bit windy. So they appear to be darker because the snow was shaken off. But here on top, it remained intact. There's more snow and it's kind of more crusted in, like over here. So this is the view that I came for to see. Wow, so beautiful. This part is actually better. It's a little bit higher, so there's even more snow. Wonderful. So cool. Yeah, and I think already it's like a sunset time, so we have more of that pink color over there. And finally enough, I can hear some bird chirping. I think it's the kuukkeli bird, the Siberian jay somewhere. These little birds, they know the places where the people come, so they might come begging for some food, which I don't have with me. And frankly, I don't see the birds yet. I can only hear the chirping. But you might imagine not many birds will be able to survive that kind of harsh conditions. Only the ones with the really, really nice and thick fur. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining. Of course, I'm gonna stay here and take some more photos. Oh, now I see the bird actually. So yeah, they definitely hang out here because people come and make picnic and they can have some food. So let's see how it goes with our picnic, because I don't have any supplies, nothing with me. Just wanted to go and check it out. But in any case, thanks for joining. And of course, I will be back later with some more live videos. Hope you're enjoying your life and go out in nature. Go out to enjoy some quietness and peace of mind and fresh air and some exercise. So until the next one, bye bye.